Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Esteemed viewer, wherever you are watching us from, it is your program once again, a health check, a program where we bring medical personnel to help us understand and overcome certain ailments that might be or would be disturbing us. The topic of discussion today is nutritional deficiencies in women. And with me is Dr. Becca Akaturinda. You're most welcome, Doctor.
Thank you. Thank you.
Later on in the program, we'll be having Dr. Musa Sechikubo, who has not managed to be with us today in the studio, but he's online and he's following as we proceed with our program. Dr. Becca Akaturinda, let's help our viewer understand what nutritional deficiencies are.
Thank you. Thank you once again. My pleasure to be here once again.
Thank you so much.
To educate our people about the conditions which they are facing. One, nutritional deficiencies comes from two words: nutrition, then deficiency. Okay. The first word is nutrition. The second is deficiency. Deficiency means lack of adequacy of something. You might be having part of it,
but it
is not adequate. Yes, not enough. Okay. Yes. Maybe having some parts of it, of something, but not the requirement which is adequate, which is enough for the fulfillment of the desired purpose of that entity. Now, nutrition is basically food nutrients in the human body. So we can define or we can explain and say nutritional deficiencies simply means not having enough food components in one's body stream, or just say in one's body. I must also mention and say, emphasize in one's body, because you may be having a lot of food in the house, but you're not eating, maybe feeding your children or what. So we must have these food components in your body, eaten. As we go down, we shall see that you may eat these food components and they not get incorporated into your body. So we shall see, but the point here is it should be in the body.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Becca Katurinda. Earlier on, I promised you, a viewer, that we'll be having Dr. Musa Sekikubo, and he's live on air at his workplace. He's following the proceedings, and this is his time. Dr. Musa Sekikubo, I would like you to help our viewer understand a few more facts about nutritional deficiency. What do you think they need to know, Dr. Musa?
Yeah, thank you very much for that question, and thank you very much, our viewers. I want to address myself the issue of nutrition in women, and just to go back a bit, maybe we can define, we can give a few, we can get a few insights into women, because they have various stages of growth and development. There's a time when they are born as women, but they are not yet in their reproductive years. The nutritional needs differ from those who are in the reproductive age. Then there's a time they're in the time of reproduction, when they start having their menstruation. After that time, the menstruation stops, that's their reproductive age. Their nutritional needs will also change. Then there's a time when they have stopped having their periods until old age. The nutritional needs will definitely change. So broadly, talking about nutrition, apart from the major food categories of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, there are other requirements which the body needs for proper functioning, some of which include minerals like iron, like magnesium, like manganese, and others. Then some of them are made within vitamins. Some of them are fat-soluble vitamins, water-soluble vitamins, and others which facilitate metabolism. So the amount of nutritional requirements one needs by reproductive cycle, which time of the woman, which time of her reproduction is at that time. Is it a child? Is it an adolescent? Is it a reproductive age? Is it old age? Differs from person to person. I can give you an example. If we used iron, the requirements for iron in the non-pregnant state differ from the requirement of iron in the pregnant state, yet both are women of reproductive age. How does that happen? During the time when a woman is pregnant, she will need more iron, which will be necessary for delivering of oxygen in the red blood cells, compared to the non-pregnant state. Reason, the pregnant woman will have to meet her requirements for iron, but also deposit iron for the baby who is in utero, because the baby does not move out of the uterus and can look for iron and come back. So those are the subtle changes that will occur during pregnant and non-pregnant, yet we are looking at the same woman who is of reproductive age. The other one which you can look at, which is also a subtle requirement, is the requirement for vitamin D, for example, in the pregnant and non-pregnant state will differ. The pregnant woman will need more vitamin D to deposit the calcium compared to the non-pregnant women. The same happens for the calcium requirements in the pregnant and non-pregnant woman. The pregnant woman will need more calcium compared to the non-pregnant woman. It does not mean that those who are of reproductive age don't need those additional nutrients. They do. But the volume of what they need differs from pregnant to non-pregnant. There are also those who will need a lot more iron even when they are not pregnant, for a reason that they could be having heavy menstrual bleeding, that they lose a lot of blood during their menstruation. So they will need to replenish their stores with the iron they have lost during menstruation. So the nutritional requirements differ in women by age or by function, reproduction versus not reproduction, or old age where the calcium is actually now drawn from the bones back into the circulation, and women tend to suffer from osteoporosis after the menstruations have stopped, which is called menopause. But then they require more calcium compared to the state, the calcium they required when they were in the reproductive years. Briefly, that's what I can say about the nutrition requirements vis-a-vis in women, vis-a-vis their age and function. Thank you very much.
Right, that is quite interesting.
Yes.
Dr. Baker Katurinda, what are some of the complications that comes with this disease, the nutritional deficiency?
Yes, very, very critical and very important. You see, factories, cars use fuel to move.
Exactly.
They use fuel in whatever they are doing. Any activity taking place in a factory or a car moving, an airplane moving,
requires oil or fuel.
Oil, fuel to keep it running. Likewise, in our body, we require fuel, which in this case is the food nutrients. When you are talking, whether it is talking, whether it is, walking, whether it is thinking, seeing,
yes,
everything we do, we use fuel, need the body. Also, in the daily work, as you move daily, you meet disease-causing organisms actually.
Okay.
Viruses are in the air everywhere, and they come into our bodies. So the body now uses soldiers who are paid to defeat these diseases which are coming in the body. So the payment of these soldiers is food, nutrients which we eat. Now, when a person has a nutritional deficiency,
so you pay them food to boost them.
Yes, and they fight these enemies which are coming, these diseases. Now, if a person has nutritional deficiencies, one, the soldiers will be having low morale. Others will die, others will be weak, others will be like that. So what happens is infections will come in. You have seen people who have big stomachs, especially children.
Yes.
Big stomachs. Now for ladies, they can also have it if they have less nutritional supplements in them.
Sure.
So diseases can come in the case a person is not having enough nutrition.
Okay.
Another point is, like I said, that a car moves, all activities taking place in the car You switch on AC, consumes fuel. You put on radio, consumes fuel. That's why you cannot put on AC when the car is not activated.
Yes.
Yes. So here in the body, the thinking, the what, everything is using the body, fuel, body, the food. So when you have this problem, you will have inadequate system moving in the body. What am I meaning here? You will find where a person needs to be strong with the body build up. Because like I said, the activities use the food. Now the body is supposed to be building muscles, a person gains weight. Now there is weight loss. A person loses weight. Because there is not enough systems moving on in the body to add the weight on. You also cannot forget fatigue. A person every time, because I told you even moving, you require fuel, food. Now you don't have enough food in the body. A person gets fatigued every time, feels like even moving up is hard, doesn't feel themselves, they feel they are weak. That's called fatigue.
They're weak all the time.
All the time they are weak. A person used to carry like 10-liter jerrycan now cannot carry even a 5-liter jerrycan because they are weak.
Yes.
So that is among the complications. I also can't forget to mention the commonest one, craving for soil.
What do you mean by that?
Now that we are talking about women, when they get pregnant, when you see a lady looking for soil, to eat soil, it means this body is lacking some nutrients and the body feels it should be gotten from the soil.
Okay.
What happens is the soil may be contaminated with diseases, so they end up having diarrhea, they end up having typhoid, they end up having constipation, those conditions coming
and soil
from
has some stone particles that will later fill up their appendix.
Exactly. You get appendicitis. All those things, complications come later from these nutritional deficiencies.
Okay.
Also, there is another horrifying complication, premature babies or low birth weight.
Okay.
When a woman has low nutrition during her pregnancy, I told you that the baby also shares from the mother what she gets. Now she's not getting enough. The small nutrients she gets, the baby absorbs it. But it's also not enough for this baby.
For the baby, yes.
So the baby won't develop well. So we have a low birth weight baby. You see, baby is beyond the weight which is required for a healthy baby.
Yes.
That becomes a complication. As I wind up the complications, you have seen mothers who give birth to children, the other factors, but the other mothers who give birth to children who have a low IQ. A child grows, take him to a best school, performs poorly. I can't say it's the only cause, but it's among the causes. The nutrition of a lady during pregnancy contributes a lot to the IQ development of the baby in the womb. So if there is if there is inadequate nutrition, we may have babies who have low IQ.
Thank you so much, Dr. Baker. Our esteemed viewer, I hope you are following. And like I've always been telling you, these programs are meant for you. So later on, in the evening of this program, I mean at a later stage, we shall be inviting you in. We have a correspondent in Kampala traveling around to see if they can find us, our viewers who enjoy these programs. I will be asking a few questions in case they have any, of course, or letting us know what their view regarding the topic of discussion today is. But at the moment, Doctor, let's go on with the symptoms. How do I know that such and such a person is having nutritional deficiency?
Thank you so much. Number one, because of not getting enough nutrition, most of them tend to have weight loss.
Weight loss is number one.
Number one, you expect a person, at least, for example, we are in ladies, when she gets pregnant, to be adding some weight, because you expect both her and the baby.
You are expecting two people now.
Yes. But you say a person's weight is is getting low.
I mean, it has been 60 kgs and
now 59.
all of a sudden it's 59.
When you expect 62, 63. So that is a major sign that the person is not getting enough nutrition. Another point is dry skin. Among the importance of the nutrients we get is to smoothen the skin, to produce the natural oil in the skin. So when you say a person wakes up in the morning, the skin is very pale.
So food helps in moisturizing the skin.
A lot, absolutely.
So when you look at one's skin, it is dry, just know they are lacking some components
exactly.
of nutrients.
For example, if a person takes avocado, you may know that women use avocado oil in making hair oils, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So to make the hair look shining and bright. So likewise, the avocado in the body, once taken and absorbed, it helps the skin to be shining. So when you say a person with a pale skin, then you may think the person is not getting enough nutrients in the body. And there is also another sign of hair loss. This hair is made from melanin. Now, a person who is getting enough...
From melanin. What is the melanin?
Melanin is a component in the body which makes the nails and the hair.
Okay.
It's also strengthened by food. We are lucky as Africans that for us we have it in large quantities, but the white race does not have enough melanin. So for us we are at an advantage. But also even us having our melanin, when you have poor nutrition, it becomes low and the hair begins blacking off.
And sometimes it turns out to be brown.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be black.
Yes. Unless a person has genetically white hair, but a person's, especially African's hair, should be black.
Exactly. How do you expect a black person to have a blonde hair?
So if it is becoming yellowish, somehow blonde, then there is a problem with the nutrition. Okay. And also you cannot forget to mention headaches. So people who have headache, several times headache, it might be as a result of lack of enough nutrition. Like I always say, if a person gets headache, they should not rush to buy themselves medicine. Okay. They should go to hospital, they test them.
What the cause of this headache is. Yes. Before you take any medication.
Because we may check malaria, typhoid, everything, and everything is fine. And the issue is nutritional deficiency. Okay. So we only go to this, sort it out, the headache goes. So those are some of the symptoms and signs of this nutritional deficiency.
Thanks a lot, Doctor. This is now the time we call in our viewer to have a few words or share out his mind with us, and we see what the doctor has to say about your views. We have connected to you, our viewer.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm by names of Bakava and Ondego Arafat. My question states that why is it that nutritional deficiencies are thought to be witchcraft by most people?
Wow, Doctor.
Yes.
That's the African philosophy most of the time. It is ancient, but unfortunately, a number of people still take it to be serious. Take it as our grandparents or grandfathers used to take it. He's saying it is taken to be witchcraft.
Yes.
What do you have to say about it? I mean, when you see someone having, their body is small, their body is thin, but again the stomach is, their hair is gray, their hair is blonde.
They're eating soil.
They are eating soil. If it does not, if it is not witchcraft, then what is it?
That person is bewitched, and it's common.
Yes, it's common in the African society.
In African society setting, anything they don't understand the cause, they say associated with witchcraft.
Yes.
And it's worse when you come to medical conditions, because they will ask themselves, what makes a lady who is pregnant to go and eat soil? Should be bewitched. This one is bewitched. What makes a person to look like this? This person is bewitched. The person asked this question. Thank you for the question, because it's really a common thinking in many people's explanations of conditions. But I will plainly say it's not witchcraft at all.
Okay.
Nutritional deficiency is real. The nutrients in the body are important. Once they are not enough, the body looks for ways, natural ways of getting the nutrients. For example, by going for eating soil, because the body expects to get some nutrients from there.
From soil.
From soil.
The body is forcing you now.
Exactly.
I'm lacking such and such a nutrient.
Look for it.
Find soil.
Yes. So it is not in any way witchcraft at all. It is just the body's nutrition trying to regain. Then also when you say a person may be with stunted growth, it is not that this person was bewitched. No. The nutrients, like I said, supposed to build the body, to gain weight, to gain height, are not there. I don't say it's only nutrition which makes a person short. The person can have a short height by the genes, genetically. But also, the responsibilities of making the body gain weight and height is in the nutrients the person takes. So if the nutrients are not enough, definitely we shall have a low gain of weight. A person becomes stunted. If a person is not performing well in class, it cannot be the person is bewitched. No. I mentioned, I explained and said, during pregnancy, when the baby was in the womb, the mother might have gotten less nutrients. And so it makes the baby to be born with low IQ. They will be slow at capturing or understanding incidences, understanding concepts. So they go in class, they are embarrassed. They go to best schools, they are embarrassed. They are not grasping up because of the development in the brain, which was lowered by the low nutrients during pregnancy. So it is completely not witchcraft.
It's not witchcraft.
Yes.
That is the doctor's view. Yes. Don't take it to be witchcraft. When you see the signs and the symptoms as explained by Dr. Becca Katurinda, please rush to your medical expert before it is too late, because when it reaches a stage where it is uncontrollable, then you'll have to blame your own self, because not even the witch doctors will have the knowledge to solve that problem. Yeah. Doctor, a friend of mine is now occupied with nutritional deficiency. How can he manage to cope? Or how can she, because we are specifically dealing with women,
yes.
How can she deal or cope with nutritional deficiency?
Yeah, thank you once again. Women, because of always mentioning the way they have a lot of responsibilities, they may tend to do what they call saving. Yeah. When you tell her to go and buy greens and buy what, only buys her beans and her posho. It's that enough. One, and save some money. After all, I'm living, I'm eating. And that's the challenge of eating to live, just to live. Be satisfied, the day ends.
I mean, to month ends. Eating for the purpose of getting rid of
hunger. Yes. That's dangerous. We encourage them, number one, to go in support groups, to go to their fellow women,
okay,
and ask them, what are you eating? If you are eating greens, where do you buy them? For example, fruits, where do you buy them? Some women, especially in some societies, have associations of feeding themselves. When a woman gets pregnant, their fellows solicit for funds, or they go and look for some greens, some apples, some fruits to give her to eat, for her to have a good nutrition. We can also encourage them to take initiatives of looking for nutritional foods. She may not get in her fellow women, but herself can take initiative of looking for nutritional foods. I am pregnant. What should I eat? Not only a portion, not only a portion. Have some fish, have some greens, have some apples, have some what.
Because if you do not need them, the baby does.
Definitely, yes. So it is very important for them to get means of getting the foods. I can't forget also coming to us as medics.
Exactly, because that's how they'll find out,
yes,
that you need such and such a food to provide with the nutrients that are going to solve the problem that
yes. So they can come to us, should come to us, and we lecture them, we teach them the foods to eat and when and which quantities, especially when they're pregnant, but even in their lives as women. Because monthly they go in their periods, they lose blood, they lose what, and no blood is also important.
Required.
Yes. So as they're having those challenges as women, they should always come to hospital, and we teach them, educate them on which foods to eat to avoid this challenge of deficiency.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Unfortunately, time is chasing us, but
Yes.
I won't let you go not until you tell us how nutritional deficiency is treated in case there is any treatment.
Yes. We have a slogan which says prevention is better than cure. Prevention is affordable, cure is expensive. So the best way is to prevent it by eating healthy foods. Now, if it has come...
So in other words, you were advising our viewer down there to avoid junk food. That is number one.
Yes.
To eat food that is full of nutrients.
Yes, healthy food, especially local foods.
Okay.
Greens, fruits. We shall be actually treating this disease, this nutritional deficiency.
So food is the first medicine.
Yes, yes.
Before you even think of
going
any
to hospital,
other,
giving you medicines, giving you what? Food. Number one is food. The medicine number one is food.
Okay.
Then if a person has had the diseases, for example, the diarrhea and what, they can come to hospital. We give medicines to remove or to reverse the process which is happening. Then after us giving them the medicines to remove, say, the complication, then we encourage them to go back and eat foods which are nutritional to boost now their immunity and they get back to normal. So my treatment is prevention. Prevention. Eat foods, eat healthy.
How do you prevent yourself from acquiring nutritional deficiency?
Eat healthy.
Thank you so much, Dr. Becca Katurinda. It has been indeed a pleasure working with you.
Yes.
Thanks for always honoring our invitations whenever we call you to come and give us a hand in this. I'm not a doctor. How would you know this without them? How would you know this without a doctor? He has advised you that the only solution, well, it's not the only solution, but the cheapest one is to eat healthy. Eat healthy. Eat healthy before you even think of getting this ailment of nutritional deficiency. I can't go beyond this because this is all what time could allow us for today, but we have some more other episodes to come. So until we meet then, inshallah, I remain your host, Nambale Bashir. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.